That's where people really mess up. When they get to a show and they try to show the horse at a higher level than what the horse is trained for. I know what he's trained for. I know what his level is. That's the level we're going to show at. I'm not going to override him. We're going to have some really good competition at this show. I'm going to be showing against some of the best in the world. And wherever we place, we place. I'm not going to win the show. I'm going to show him to the best of his ability, and I'll let the judge decide if we're going to win the show. That is a place in your mind that is really hard to get to, because we all want to do good. All of us that show wants to excel. But when you can get to a place in your mind to where you're going to do your best and your horse is going to do your best, and whatever the placing is, that's when you really excel.
I've shown.
Just got on Hank, walked him around a little bit. Now I'm trotting him around a little bit. We got a show this weekend. We'll be leaving on Thursday. We'll show Friday morning and Saturday morning. I want to talk about show prep and what our show prep schedule is for this week. I'll be showing Hank. Raven will be showing her horse Bug. And we have a pretty systematic routine. I do the same routine every time, every week, best I can stick to it. Gives structure for the horse, gives structure for me. I was kind of hoping to work a cow this morning, but it's still too wet around the ends. Should be able to do that tomorrow. A lot of people make the mistake of drilling really hard the week of the show. Just riding the horse hard, asking for hard things. There's a saying that you can't train a horse out of show, and that is so true. You're also not going to train a horse the week before you leave to go to a show. That is just as true. What I can do this week is I can work on maintaining his fitness, but what's even more important than that is having his mind ready to show this weekend. I want to make sure that he is really tuned into me as I'm riding him around. Really watch his ears. His ears stay locked on me almost the whole time. I am constantly, I talked about this with my Don't Nag video, I am constantly telling the horse little things. A little thing with my hand, little thing with my leg, constantly communicate. I'm riding every step. And I want to make sure that his ears are locked into me every step. See, both ears went forward and it came right back. That is a big key. If you're about to leave to go to show, and your horse's ears are constantly bouncing all over the place, his mind is not with you. I'm not going to work him real hard this week. Whoa. I want him to be physically fresh. I want his mind to be mentally fresh. I'm not going to stress him out doing anything really hard. I've talked about the 50%, 70%, 90% days. We will not have a 90% day this week. Most likely we will not have a 70% day this week. This week will be mostly 50% days, and at the show will be a 90, 100% day. That is going to have him physically and mentally ready to do his best at the show. As far as bits, I know what bit I'm going to show him in. I'm not going to ride him in that bit all week. I actually only ride him in that bit maybe twice a month, 3 times a month. I don't ride him in that bit very much. Most everything, just like when you're retraining or training a horse, you might back down to a snaffle, back down to a softer bit to work on certain things. That's what most of his rides entail. That's what most of his rides are. So I don't need to ride him in the bit that I'm going to show him in very much. That bit, it's a high fort bit with a roller. Our communication with that bit is very good. It helps him to maintain his shoulders. His weakness is he'll kind of fall in his shoulders, and that helps his weakness. See right there, I'm asking him to lift up, exercise the shoulders, you exercise these muscles. And I'm not going to use that bit probably until we get to the show. I'll warm him up at the show in that bit and then show him in that bit. That way his mouth is going to be fresh to the contact that bit puts on him. Let's come in and ask him to stop. See how I spoke right there and he's trying to do something. His mind is really locked in on me. Whoa. That's what I want. I don't have to work him really hard. I might not even lope him today to get his mind in the right place. There's a saying in reining, don't leave all your big stops in the warm-up pen. And that's a big deal. Not only do I not want to leave all my big stops out here, I don't want to leave all my good cow work out here. I don't want to leave all my good spins out here. What we're going to work on this week is nothing but correctness. When we get to the show and I start riding him in the warm-up pen, for the most part, I'm going to ask for correctness, but I'm just going to ask for correctness with a little bit of effort. He is a seasoned show horse. He knows when he's being shown. He's going to give me that extra just because he knows that he's being shown. I don't have to worry about that. As long as we practice correct, muscle memory correct, maneuvers correct, he's going to give me correct in the show with more effort. So now let's ask for a left spin. I've been working on getting him to bring his nose in when I spin. Let's see how that goes. I want him to be a little bit softer in the face. Whoa. That was fine. It could be more with more speed, and when we show it will be with more speed. But if it's correct, that's enough. If it's correct, it's going to be what I want later. Now, if your horse isn't correct, that puts you behind the 8-ball. Then you might have yourself in a position where your horse isn't trained and you're not ready to show. Whoa. That's where people really mess up, when they get to a show and they try to show the horse at a higher level than what the horse is trained for. I know what he's trained for. I know what his level is. That's the level we're going to show at. I'm not going to override him. We're going to have some really good competition at this show. I'm going to be showing against some of the best in the world. And wherever we place, we place. I'm not going to win the show. I'm going to show him to the best of his ability, and I'll let the judge decide if we're going to win the show. That is a place in your mind that is really hard to get to, because we all want to do good. All of us that show wants to excel. But when you can get to a place in your mind to where you're going to do your best and your horse is going to do your best, and whatever the placing is, that's when you really excel. I've shown at several different world shows all over the place, and I know what it's like to feel like I want to go win. And you want to win, but you can't ride your horse like you want to win. You have to ride your horse to the best of your horse's ability, and whoever just happens to have the best horse that day, that's who wins. So this is all today's going to be. This is Monday. We'll be leaving Thursday to go to the show. That's all today's going to be. And I'll ride him a little bit harder tomorrow. Hopefully I can work a cow tomorrow and ask a little more of him, and then we'll be getting him bathed up, ready to go to show. We'll get him bathed and cleaned. I don't ever ride the day before we leave. We'll leave Thursday morning, so I won't ride him on Wednesday. That's a bathing and getting ready day. And then we'll drive over Thursday morning and see how it goes. I'll be doing my live on YouTube probably in the truck on the drive up there. And we'll probably talk about showing and things that you that you consider when you're showing and things that go through your mind, and we'll go from there. So this is Hank. I'll put a link up here to his other videos. Until next time, thank you for watching.